Hey guys. Uh, Let me see. I gotta put up here. This one. Yeah. That's the one for tonight. One person. The Saxon. What's going on, brother? What's happening? I want to be in bed, guys. That's what I want. I want to be fucking sleeping. All right. Just me and you, Saxon. Just me and you. Give me a sec. All right. See how long it takes to get people tonight. Hopefully not real long because I don't want to be on here forever. Just figured I would do a third live stream, politics live stream for the day, and then I'll be done. This will make 5 live streams today, in case you're counting, Saxon. Saxon, why does Donald Trump hate America? What do you think? Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Whatever. Overtime? What does that mean, Eric M? You're working overtime? Or me? Am I working overtime? Because I'm doing all these live streams. What the fuck ever. Anyway. I'm beat, guys. I'm exhausted. Do you have a picture of a... I don't know who that is in the picture. Maybe it's you. 5th stream. Oh, yeah, it's overtime. Definitely. Yeah, I did a lot today. No big deal. It's not like it's a hard job. I'm just tired. I'm always tired. God damn, are we going to get some people? 10 people now. Hit the like button, guys, and comment in the chat, please. No, he loves exploited its tax. Oh, exploiting its tax system for personal gain as we struggle. Yeah, but I think he hates America too. But you're definitely right about that, Beer Light Broker. No doubt. Colonel Quail, what's going on, brother? Oh, really? Yeah, you probably could, Eric. I've been doing this 4.5 years. I'm just used to it, you know? There's actually times where I miss going to a regular job, but not often. Oh, thank you. Did you watch my DJ videos? I appreciate that, man. Yep. I was a DJ in a past life. I still fuck around and shit, you know? Got my equipment behind me. Realize Trump is actor only. He is. Oh, there's no doubt about that. Oh, Eric, believe me, my patience wears thin, but it's like, listen, man, my options in life aren't too fucking appealing, you know? There's this or there's working in a factory, so I picked this. If I got to deal with some assholes, fuck it. But doing this shit, like this MAGA, like dealing with these people, they are the worst of the worst. Just the worst people on planet Earth. I mean, holy shit. That you can't, they're incapable of learning. Incapable. It doesn't matter how much proof you show them of something. They'll just be like, nope, not true, not true. Okay. $14 people. Everybody hit the like button, please. And subscribe for the love of God. 20 people now. What's happening? The like and subscribe parts are very important. You have to do that. Very, very important. I have to get 30,000 views on this video. They treat politics like a sports team. Yeah, Sarah, no doubt. They do. They do. They get real pissed off. Like, I mean, you can't even talk about their side. And again, you know, what they don't realize is much like sports, by the way, because a lot of sports fans crack me up because they're so intense about the game that they're not playing in. And whether their team wins or not, it doesn't affect them in a positive or a negative way unless they got money on it. Same with politics. Like, you have no skin in the game. You might think you do, but you got no say in any of this shit, you know, except for your vote, which, you know, depending on who you ask, who knows how much that counts. But, you know, it's these people act like as if Trump is their guy, like it's his right hand man, or it's their right hand man. You know, like they hang out with the dude or some shit. He would never even talk to these people in public. Ending Obamacare on day one, still waiting. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, he's had a Medicare, a healthcare plan in the works for what, about 10 years now. Every 2 weeks, you just 2 more weeks and it'll be out. Are you in prison, bro? No. I mean, how do you mean? Like, actually physically in prison? No. Mentally in prison? Possibly. I'm not sure. A geographical location followed by an animal. Pick a team. I think you lost me on that one. Trump, all W's. Yeah, right. You're a real fucking idiot, says Timothy Sand. Will you tell me why, Timothy Sand? Why am I an idiot? Don't just say you're an idiot. Tell me what it is that makes me an idiot, Timothy. I hate when people leave those comments, you're dumb, and then they like, well, why am I dumb? Tell me why. Or you're a liar. Okay, what have I lied about? And then they have no answer for you. Because the truth of the matter is they don't know anything. They just don't want you to be talking bad about their guy. It's the right versus left paradigm is for gullible fools that have chosen, what did I say? Chosen either side. Well, I don't know about that because both sides suck, but you know, you gotta pick the lesser of two evils, you know? So I don't see anything wrong with being on a side necessarily. I think there's something wrong when you truly start to convince yourself that the side you're on, the people in charge, actually really truly care about you. And that's one thing you can't tell Trump supporters. As far as they're concerned, Trump loves them. Trump is working for them. That's what they believe. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Gotcha. You're bald. It's a surprise. You believe it, Sally? You got dollar Bimo? Believe it? They'll point that out many times tonight. Obamacare, a mistake, same as Planned Parenthood, a fake policy also. Abort. And Trump loves America. That wall must go. Okay. The wall must go. So which side are you on? I'm very confused. And Obamacare, a mistake. Well, 24 million people that wouldn't have health insurance were able to get health insurance because of Obamacare. And Planned Parenthood. You think Planned Parenthood is just an all-around bad thing? You don't realize how necessary they are? Both sides are scum. Yeah, but one side is still worse. Trump has the Supreme Court backing him. How do you defeat that? Well, you know, it's not easy, but he is losing left and right. And even the Supreme Court has ruled against him on some things. But yeah, I mean, as of right now, he's virtually untouchable. Judge orders Pecker Liquor release all of your best butt buddies files. All right. He's asking them for $5, yet he's a billionaire. Oh yeah, I know. He's trying to raise money as we speak. I know. Planned Parenthood does far more than abortion, Eddie. Yeah, it does. You know, like they treat STDs, and you know they do a lot of stuff for, especially in certain types of areas where healthcare might not be as easy, easily accessible. They have to, they serve a purpose. Have I asked for money yet? Not yet, but I will soon. Of course, I'm not a billionaire or the president. I'm just a YouTuber, and that's how I make money. You're a smart geek, bro. I'd give you an atomic wedgie in respect. I would bust your fucking ass. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. LOL, he threatened the Supreme Court today. Did he? What did he say? Holy shit. I got to get back on this stuff. I haven't been paying attention for like the last week and a half. They have been so manipulated and gaslighted, mostly by social media sites from foreign countries. Oh, I know. You saw that story too about Twitter, all the bot accounts from different countries. I know they really have been so manipulated, but you can't convince them of that. No matter how much proof you show them, they're like, nope. Donald Trump is a patriot and he loves us. The stream viewership go down on the holidays. With the politics, I don't know, but probably. I would assume probably. Why does that say cancer screening? Also, you're YOUR wasting your time. These maggots think Wick and Snap wasn't welfare. They only hate things for the other side. They think it's a football game, which most of these lames never even play. Let me read that again. Also, you're wasting your time. These maggots think Wick and Snap wasn't welfare. Are you sure they think that? I'm a little confused on that one. Flatty. Yeah, no shit. I'm not getting my hopes up that Trump can be defeated. Well, it's not that he can't be defeated. It's that, will they let him be? You know what I mean? They're going to do everything in their power to rig the midterms. And if there is even an election in 2028, they're going to do everything in their power to rig that. And if Trump loses, J.D. Vance has already made it clear that he'll do what Trump asked Mike Pence to do in 2020 and just refuse to certify the vote, which, the courts, eventually it'll happen no matter what. But they'll do everything in their power to keep that man in office or, to just cheat their way into having another Republican president. But the thing is Trump going to make it that far? Because I don't think he is personally. I believe he has congestive heart failure. And at 79 years old, that's pretty fucking bad. And, that spot on his hand looks like they're drawing blood from him all the time. He appears to have had a stroke recently, his fucking mouth hanging off his face. So I think he's on his way out. You really rather have Sleepy back. Well, Sleepy is Donald Trump now. And it's so funny that you guys have to bring up Biden. Holy shit, man. You can't talk about Trump without bringing up Biden, can you? And then you'll tell me I'm obsessed with Trump. Everybody would rather have a Sleepy Joe back. Yeah, and by the way, Donald Trump falls asleep on camera all the time now, so the Sleepy Joe thing doesn't really work because now we got Dozy Don, If this coward loved the USA, why did he dodge the draft? Oh, yeah, he would never serve. Never. Because you don't have any proof. Everything you'll have is so easily defeated. Proof of what? Try me. Let's see. What do you want proof of? Yeah, you're still a fucking idiot. Smarter than you, though. By a lot. Guarantee it. No. I think it was 7 times. I gave up on 90% of my friends, voted for MAGA, besides one buddy I played football with because one of his buddies propagandized. You got to give up on them. There's no hope for them. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very important. Listen to me closely. Listen. It's free. Everybody right now, if you don't like me, I don't give a fuck. The people who do, though, it seems to be a lot of like-minded people in here. Please hit the like button right now and hit subscribe. It's very important. Democrats are no longer Democrats anymore. They're communists. Now, what do you think about Republicans? You think Republicans are all fascists now? Because I do. I think there's no doubt about it. But no, they're not communists. Sometimes I don't know if you guys know what a communist is. I'm not sure. I don't think he hates America. He just doesn't care and only in it to enrich himself and friends he can benefit from. Dennis, definitely that. He definitely is only in it to enrich himself and friends he could benefit from. No doubt. Well said. Yeah. I mean, this guy's whole purpose of being in office was always from day one just to make money. You know what I mean? Planned Parenthood does cancer screenings. There's another one. You definitely have a vagina. Well, if I did, you wouldn't be interested in me, would you, you fruit? Do you really want men and women's sports, bro? It's not even an issue that I think about ever. It's so insignificant and unimportant. I couldn't fucking care less. You know, I'll give you guys a little factlet that I always have to give. Okay, there's 550,000 NCAA athletes in America. 7 of them are trans. This is not a big issue. It's not a widespread problem by any stretch of the imagination. This is the stuff you guys are just pounded with all day and all night from Fox News. Men and women's sports, men and women's sports. And you're walking around thinking this is an issue most Americans care about. The majority of Americans couldn't give a fuck, and neither could I. And guess what? You know, if you're a woman and you have to go up against a man, don't do it. How about that? Nobody has a gun to your head and says you have to play this game or you have to fight this dude, or, you know, it's not even when we're talking about like the Epstein files and the subsidies for the ACA and Medicare and Medicaid and all these different issues. And, you know, Trump giving fucking $40 billion to Argentina and tariffs killing everybody and bankrupting farmers in this country. I mean, it's not even on the top 200 list of shit you should be worried about. And you don't care about women because you don't care about the Epstein files being released. You don't care about Planned Parenthood. You don't care about women's reproductive rights. You don't care about any of that. You simply just don't like trans people. So anywhere they're involved, you're pissed off. Yeah, sure it is. Sure it is. Yeah. My whole life, man. You're right. 100%. There's no evidence that Donald Trump has fallen asleep in front of a camera, and claims that he have been, the claims that he did have been debunked, you were saying. Okay. Give me a second here. What should we start with? Let me see. We start with one of these. He's going to play part of a clip where he blinks. Did it the other day. It's sad. Yeah, tell me he's just blinking in this video. Yep. Let me see.
Who live in food deserts and are suffering from obesity and are locked into that system. President Trump has also instructed us to address and the root causes of chronic disease. In the meantime, there's nothing more important than we can do than lower this price for their GLP drugs. This happened. We're on our side of the negotiating team.
Yeah, he's definitely not sleeping right there.
Trump walked away from $1 billion business. Who made this happen? They saw that this could be a win-win situation, that this was not a zero-sum game, a savings. And that's because the price of diabetes prescriptions is also going to drop. Do not have diabetes. People who have a BMI of 27 and above, or pre-diabetic, or have heart, will be able to get this drug, and it is going to.
Good reason against it. Now, MAHA is critical. America will have to get fit in order to right-size the healthcare system and sleep and dealing with issues related to that. And I want to say it as clear as I can, reducing costs of the number one most expensive medicine category in our country, it is as MAHA as it gets. Today's the 4th MFN. President Trump can't manage it.
Yeah, you guys are right. Definitely not falling asleep. No, it's all in my head. Yeah, he's just blinking. Sure. You guys are so fucking brainwashed. You can look at a man falling asleep and say he's not falling asleep. It's unbelievable. That's why I'm saying you guys really need to be fucking deprogrammed or some shit. I mean, God almighty, guys. And that's not the only time. He fell asleep in Asia recently. They said it at all of his trials and lawsuit hearings and all that. He fell asleep. He was constantly falling asleep. The guy's always struggling now to keep his fucking eyes open. But for you guys, it's like, no, because we don't want it to be that way. You know? Here, let me see. Falls asleep at Saudi meeting. Let's play that.
strategic partnership will continue with more signings of agreements and memoranda of understanding at the Saudi-US Investment Forum. In closing, we wish both nations a fruitful partnership and a prosperous future. Thank you.
Yeah, he wasn't falling asleep there either. And as a matter of fact, I think Jimmy Carter's funeral he fell asleep at, and Charlie Kirk's memorial. So, yeah. Oh, shit. Trump's grandfather was a draft dodger, too. It runs in the family. Is that right? Chris, these people are that stupid. I know, man. This dickhead thought I wasn't going to play a video, and then the other guy is like, he blinked. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he blinked. Yeah, that's some hell of a long blink. Is Trump trying to pardon himself? There's some talk that what he might do is resign and have JD fucking pardon him. We'll see. I don't know. There's a lot of debate around whether he can pardon himself. That says a lot about you if you stop being friends with someone over politics. That is sad and weak-minded that you let this trash come between friends. Sad. No, not really, because you got to understand something. See, being friends with us is easy because we're good people. You know what I mean? But us being friends with you is very difficult because you guys are terrible, terrible human beings. And a lot of us don't want to be associated with people like that. You know, I mean, it's the honest to God truth. I know that'll piss you off, but would you shut the fuck up, you fucking stupid POS libtard? No. He has billions of dollars. He doesn't need to be president to make more money. Yeah, JD Leak has that, what I call a poor person's mentality. JD thinks that once you get a certain amount of money, you don't need any more. Donald Trump was never nearly as rich as you think he was. Okay. And he's constantly on the verge of going fucking bankrupt. That's why he filed for bankruptcy 6 times. He went bankrupt 6 times. Okay. And he's made $3.8 billion since January of this year. That's why he dropped his crypto coin the day before he got inaugurated. And he uses the crypto coin basically as just for a way to people or for a way for people like foreign leaders and stuff to buy access to him. He's the most corrupt president in history. And he was never nearly as rich as you think he was, or as he claimed to have been. He doesn't need to be president to make more money. He literally needs to be president to make more money. Yeah, he does. He does. And he's made a fuck ton of it, more than any person in American history, any president in American history while they were in office. $3.8 billion. He's accumulated 40% of his net worth during just his second term. He literally takes bribes. He sells pardons, guys. This has pretty much been proven. A guy's mother goes to a benefit dinner for Trump and pays $1 million, donates $1 million to him, and then her son, who's very guilty of his crimes, gets pardoned a couple of months later. CZ, the CEO of Binance, the guy that Trump just said he doesn't know who he pardoned, he doesn't even know the guy. The reason he said that is because that guy got Trump a $2 billion investment in his company, World Liberty Financial, which owns his stupid fucking crypto coin. And what do you know? He got pardoned. Why, you say? Why, you ask? Because he was railroaded or something? And Trump knew. Was it a witch hunt by the Democrats? No. This guy pleaded guilty to all his crimes. He admitted committing those crimes. He was laundering money for pedophiles and terrorists and everything else. And he bought his pardon from Donald Trump. The fact that you guys don't realize that is the greediest man in America. He's even said it himself, how greedy he is. Oh, this guy. Okay, you're just going to keep telling me to shut up. That's what the block button is for. Bye, bitch. No, not all presidents take orders from Israel. Corporations to some extent, yeah, but there's no one like the Republicans when it comes to that. Easily said until you have a daughter that in school that in school in said sports. I have a daughter, fuckface. I also have a son, a stepson that's 13 years old and plays baseball and basketball. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, these things are just not happening the way you think they are. The way you think they are. They're not. Okay. My daughter works in a school and she tells me this shit is it's like a fantasy. This stuff isn't happening. My stepson looks at me like I have 6 heads when I asked him about any of this shit. Do they talk to you about transgender or gay stuff or anything? He doesn't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, that's just like when you guys were convinced that there was kitty litter boxes in schools. Meanwhile, there's not one school in the country who's had a kitty litter box in school. Not one. Trans women issue is like a few thousand people. You mean just, the entire population of them? Yeah, probably about that. Yeah, Democrats are sure looking good. Either way, the Epstein files. What does that mean? Democrats are the ones that are forcing the release of the Epstein files. Republicans are the ones that have been covering them up. And if not for Democrats, we wouldn't be getting any Epstein files. So I don't get what you're saying. You have no idea why Donald Trump truly took office. You could throw out conjecture. Oh, no, we know. Smart people know, Mo Krog, whatever your name is. The fucking guy was going to prison and he was losing everything. He owed hundreds of millions of fucking dollars in lawsuits and everything else, judgments. He had to become president. He had to. Otherwise, he was going to prison. Not just that, but again, this has never been anything more than a ploy to enrich himself. Jared Kushner took $2 billion from the Saudis. Ivanka got trademarks that she was trying to get for years, right after her fucking father has a meeting with Xi Jinping. I mean, it's the most corrupt family and administration in American history. There are fake MAGA posts showing up here. They're paid to sow division. How do you know they're fake? Guy sounds terrible. Who, Eric? Me? Who? Not hard to be a billionaire when you inherited 200 million. Well, in today's money, it's more like 400 million. Do you want your son to be able to get transgender surgery without your permission? Spirit Warrior, no, and I'm in luck because that is not a thing that has happened anywhere in America and never will. You guys, that's what I mean about you guys. That's why I laugh. I love comments like that. You are truly batshit crazy. Donald Trump tells you your son goes to school as a boy and comes home a girl, and you believe it. There is not a state in the country where it's legal to even give kids hormone therapy without parental consent. Forget about surgery. Okay, not a fucking state in the country. You look it up right now. Fact check me. If I was so smart, I'd be a billionaire. No, not necessarily. I could still be smart and not be a billionaire. And I didn't inherit $500 million from my fucking father. Anything I got in life, I got on my own. So Trump will never be able to say that. Trump is a recent billionaire as well. Yes, recent. He's tired, even ever been president before. Oh, okay. So basically, you moved the goalpost. You say it's not true. He never falls asleep on camera. That's all been debunked. And then when I show you him falling asleep on camera, you say, oh, it's okay. He's tired. Ever been president before? It's funny, man, because I don't remember Obama falling asleep ever. I don't remember Clinton falling asleep. I don't even remember Bush falling asleep. Yeah, a lot of people have been president, never fell asleep on camera. Donald Trump, you refuse to even admit that he's 80 fucking years old and he's sick. Even that you can't admit. You got to make up an excuse for him being tired. You can't even say, well, he's too goddamn old. That's why he's tired. You guys blow my mind. I mean, you guys are as brainwashed as they come. RFK just speaking makes me realize how gone America is. I mean, he can't even speak properly and you let him run your medical system. Who, me? I don't let him run shit. Listen, they voted for Donald Trump, and this is the administration we have. RFK is a fucking 12-year heroin addict. He swims in toxic waste, and he talks like, I in the Department of Health and Human Services. It's like I can't believe I'm listening to this right now. I'm listening to a guy who doesn't have a voice in charge of health and human services. This is fascinating. It is. Please stop what, Eric M? Guy sounds terrible. He said it again. I don't know what you're talking about. You're about to get blocked if you keep spamming the chat with bullshit. Argentina got a currency swap, which is essentially a loan, you stupid motherfucker. Yeah, no, that's not true. That's simply not true. They didn't get a loan. They were given $40 billion. You could look into it, research it. Stop believing horse shit. Okay? That's not true. Maybe Donnie wouldn't be dozing if he wouldn't stay up all night texting his delusional psychopathy. Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, oh, I know. Concepts of a plan. Yeah. And speaking of his all-night texting, since you guys refuse to admit that he's, fucked up in the head, or you're senile, or demented, let me tell you about something that took place on October 12th, and I could show you if you want. October 12th of this year, 12:58 a.m. Donald Trump put out a Truth Social post that said, Joe Biden put 274 FBI agents in the crowd on January 6th. We need to do something about this. Do I need to say it? Joe Biden wasn't president on January 6, 2021. Donald Trump was. So how did Biden put 274 FBI agents in the crowd? Could it be that Donald Trump is so goddamn demented that he forgot that he was president on that day? Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. You suffer from a chronic contagious illness called Trump derangement syndrome because Trump lives in your head rent free. Wow, you actually fit two stupid, retarded, idiot MAGA cliches in there. Amazing. Yeah, Trump derangement syndrome. Except I see Trump for exactly what he is, and you see him through the eyes of a delusional person. You know what I mean? I know Trump. I've known about Trump since I was a little boy in New York. I know all about him. It's you guys who see him as being something other than what he really is. Stop talking about Joe Biden. I'm not. Why do you take all this at face value? It's always a blanket statement with you. Anyone can say random shit and say it's a fact. There's so much trash on both sides. Well, I don't know. You got to be specific. What's a blanket statement with me? Like, what specific thing? Stop the critical thinking. Sorry, man. I should just stop thinking and be MAGA. He is in denial. I'm in denial? About what exactly? Cheeto Mussolini, yeah. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Sean Eddie, I guess that's your name. It was Nancy. Nancy what? Nancy's not in charge of the National Guard and doesn't have the authority to turn them away, if that's what you're going to say. The tariff checks are coming right after the Doge checks. Oh, yeah. Which, I think it's going to be February 31st we're getting them. You stupid libtard, you are brainwashed sheep. Yeah. You ever notice a whole bunch of people, like a whole group of people at, I don't know, like a rally or something, that are all dressed exactly alike? That all wear the same like red hats and shirts and wave the same like flags with Trump's name on them and have the same yard signs at home and literally spew the same talking points over and over and over again because they don't know anything about politics. Yeah, you're the sheep. You're the sheep. Believe me. Don't talk to critical thinkers and say they're sheep. No. In both California and Washington, you do not need parental consent as a minor to go on puberty blockers. I don't believe that, Bob Dole. I don't believe that. But you might be right. Let me see, but I don't believe it. In California, do you need parental consent to go on puberty blockers? Yes. In California, a minor generally needs parental consent to get puberty blockers because they are considered a medical procedure that requires a parent or guardian's permission for those under the age of medical consent. Minors can consent to some forms of mental health care, but this does not extend to medical treatments like puberty blockers or hormones. Guys, you got to research this stuff before you say it in the chat. And I'm sure the answer is the same with Washington. There's nowhere where they can do anything medical to your kid without your consent. Well, I have to disagree with you in a major way, man. TDS term popularized by Republican Minnesota Senator Justin Eichhorn, who has been arrested for solicitation of a minor for prostitution. What a great role model to quote and go by. Go team. Beautiful, Robert Wood. Thank you for that little Snapple fact. Now, guys, please hit the like button. Subscribe like a motherfucker. Okay? Hit that like button. First of all, hit the like button. Then subscribe like a motherfucker. And then send a super chat or a Cash App or a Venmo or a PayPal and contribute to the show. You know, why not? Have some class. It's good. Consider it a tip. You're enjoying the show. I'm providing a service. Why not? Yeah, I know they call him daddy. It's so fucking weird. Not a supporter at all, but he wasn't confirmed yet on January 6th. That's what they were trying to stop. Who? Joe Biden. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. And Donald Trump said that Joe Biden put 274 FBI agents into the crowd on January 6th, which is, you know, it's literally him not knowing that he was president on that day. You were in denial that you have TDS. No. I definitely have tremendous dick syndrome. There's no doubt about it. My cock is enormous. This Trump derangement syndrome, though, you speak of, I only know of MAGA to have that. Trump plotted and organized January 6th, rapes girls, and is the dumbest person in the world, according to his own Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson. Oh, and he blew Bubba. Very true, Peter, on all counts. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. Don't forget that part. Get your head on straight. Oh, it's on straight. Yeah, exactly. Trump deranged simps. Yep. No trans in women's sports. Yeah, this is a big issue to you? But Bondi sure fucked up the Comey James indictments. Yeah. Well, that bitch too that he had working at least the Comey case. She totally fucked up. Didn't even present the indictment to the grand jury or something. Yeah, both cases got thrown out, as I told you they would. By the way, I said this weeks and weeks ago that both cases would get thrown out because he put evidence all over fucking the internet that it was just a vindictive prosecution. Both of them were. So when he fucking accidentally puts out what he thinks is a private message to Pam Bondi, he accidentally puts it on Truth Social, and he says, "Indict my enemies like James Comey and Letitia James. We look weak. Time is running out." That's all a lawyer needs, or even a judge. A judge just needs to see that and say, "Oh, you're prosecuting them solely on the fact that they're your enemies." Okay, can't do that. Case dismissed. Another brilliant guy with the third grade insults. Fuck the Democrats. Very, very clever. Very clever. Do you call people like boogerhead and shit when you're mad at them? What's up with the price of gas in California? What's up with peanuts on airplanes? How the fuck are you asking me? I'm not in California. What do I give a shit? Those of us with jobs like our 401ks, y'all broke. Yeah. I would bet pretty much anything I have more money than you. Pretty much anything. And I make it a lot easier than you do too. Your daddy Trump is the best at blowjobs, so that's cool. Don't call another man my daddy, not even my actual father. That's gay. And he apparently does blow people. I wouldn't put up with the doctor. The doctor. What does that mean? What are you talking about? Stock market was hitting record highs under Joe Biden, dummy. Everybody's 401k was looking fantastic. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do to them, Brad Lang. Trump is garbage. His mom should have swallowed him and saved us all these days. I know, man. I know. Top corn biscuits. Haven't seen you in a while. Trump called the Montreal cognitive test very hard. A test medical professionals give people with brain damage. Yeah, it's literally a test that's only meant to determine whether or not somebody is cognitively impaired, seriously cognitively impaired. And he equates it to an IQ test. He's a fucking idiot. And then he says Jasmine Crockett wouldn't take it. Jasmine Crockett would smoke you, Trump. You don't know anything. Let me see. Bill Barr shockingly detached from reality. Roger Stone, America's greatest mistake. Bannon, 11-year-old child. Tillerson, fucking moron. That's what they all said about him, right? Yeah, I mean, they know. They know. Yeah, they know even with the election, like Bill Barr told them, like, no, this is the most secure election in history. And guess what? Ivanka went on camera and agreed with Bill Barr that the election wasn't stolen. Trump is all on his own. He just has MAGA people. Hence the MRI. Oh, the MRI. Yeah. He's all fucked up. Yeah, that's why he had a pretty much unscheduled visit to Walter Reed, a semi-annual checkup, he says, which doesn't make sense because you're only supposed to get an annual checkup. Okay. So that would be once a year. And he already had that. So he goes to this appointment, he gets an MRI, and then nobody will talk about it until he opens his big dumb fucking mouth. It's so funny because Caroline Leavitt will lie through her teeth to cover for him, and then he'll just spill the beans. He's such a dick. That's disgusting. You are the idiot. Tell me how, Billy, right? Are you? Me too. Feds spent millions studying trans menstruation, strengthening gay rights in the Balkans, database reveals. Yeah, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. This is bullshit that you guys are fed. This is like the transgender mice when it was actually, what was it actually? Transgenic mice. And he lied to you and said that we're paid $7 or $8 million to study transgender mice, which was complete horseshit. A goddamn dumbbell, a fucking liar, former personal attorney John Dowd. He's an idiot. He's gone off the rails. We're in Crazy Town. Current chief of staff John Kelly. Very, very true. Yes, sir. Ma'am. Sorry. He was he has the understanding of a fifth, sixth, or sixth grader. Current Defense Secretary James Mattis. All quotes excerpted from Bob Woodward's new book. See? Trump just pardoned more than 70 criminals. Oh, that was after the first 1,600 he pardoned, which they're getting in trouble all over the country for sex offenses and all kinds of shit. TDS is critical thinking. Yeah, it actually is. What you call TDS is actually critical thinking. It's us refusing to just take the most well-known pathological liar in the world's word for shit. You know what I mean? Oregon is one of the few states where minors age 15 and older can consent to a broader range of medical and mental health treatments. You were wrong in the last one. You really want to go this route? You were wrong in the last one, Bob Dole. What's crazy is most Dems won't believe the truth. They're all the same. Literally all we believe is the truth. That's what being a critical thinker is. You take all the information into account, and then you come to a conclusion based on research and stuff like that. So you don't understand that you're describing yourselves. I show you guys shit. I show you proof of things, and you say, no, that didn't just happen. I showed a video the other day, the same one I just showed, of Trump sleeping, and some asshole just came in here and said he showed a video of Trump blinking when the guy was clearly falling asleep numerous times on camera. I mean, you guys refuse to see anything that doesn't fit your narrative. You refuse to. All the legit questions being asked or facts being presented, and this DF only reads and comments on troll shit. It's funny you say that. I read as many comments as I can. Obviously, it's an impossibility for me to read them all, because when I read a lot of comments, you bitch at me for being behind in the chat. And then when I skip to the bottom of the chat, you bitch at me for skipping comments. Okay, so I'll answer any question, which I have been 99 problems. You guys are so full of shit. So ask a question, fuckface. Stop whining like a little girl and ask a question. I'm at the bottom of the chat now. Dems believe there's more than two genders. No, they really don't. I vote Democrat, and everybody I know is a Democrat, and I know nobody who believes that. You're talking about these super liberals that believe that shit. That is not how most Democrats think. Okay? Not at all. Kamala Harris, when she ran, didn't even bring up the issue of trans stuff. It's not even on their minds nearly as much as you think it is. It's not. And I personally, I believe there's only two. I'm pretty goddamn sure of it. So, I don't believe that, and nobody I know does. You know what I mean? Of course, you guys believe that the world's most well-known pathological liar and con man, cares about you. So that's way more delusional than believing there's more than two genders. You argued last week stating Trump was in the Epstein files. Now again, you look like a clown. This is why you're not credible. The Epstein files were released? When did that happen? When did that happen? You realize how dumb you are, right? Like, what makes you say Trump is not in the Epstein files? How do I look dumb now? How? Tell me how. Trump is in the Epstein files. He's all over the Epstein files. So tell me how I'm wrong, and I look like a clown. Tell me how. Actually, it's Republicans, literally Jesse James, that are, have the most pedos, like Donald Trump's spiritual advisor, Robert Morris, who just got busted for pedophilia. I know they do. I know. No president cares about you. Sooner you realize this, the better. Thinking any president cares about you as an individual. That's literally what I'm on here saying every night. It's you that thinks Trump cares about you. And I asked you a fucking question. How do I look like a clown? I'm going to read your comment again, if I could find it. Let me see. You argued last week stating Trump is in the Epstein files. Now again, you look like a clown. This is why you are not credible. How am I not credible? Trump is in the Epstein files. Holy shit. They don't even. No, you didn't respond. I asked you the question. Now I'm looking through your comments. You did not respond. Your next comment was, no president cares about you. Sooner you realize this, the better. So tell me how I'm wrong. You said something. Now don't be a pussy. How am I wrong that Trump's in the Epstein files? You have to be a full-blown fucktard to not know that Trump is in the Epstein files. Forget thinking it. It's literally widely reported from every news publication you could possibly think of and website, news outlet, that Pam Bondi told Donald Trump he's all over the files. We've also been watching Trump cover up the Epstein files since May. And you're telling me I'm not credible because I said Trump is in the Epstein files when in fact he is. And now you don't want to acknowledge that. You don't want to acknowledge it. You thought you'd get away with leaving that comment without me seeing it. So people in the chat could be like, oh, look, he's a clown. Yeah. Now tell me how he's not in the Epstein files, fuckface. Go ahead. Don't be a pussy. Many of the files have been released and his name is there. And the only thing that points in his name is possibly blowing Bill. All right. That's funny. And that's not the files. The files, the only thing that's been released, they say there's a couple of 100,000 pages of files. Okay. And they've released about 30,000 of them over and over again, by the way. Trump put them out there. He gave all the podcast hosts, the right-wing podcast hosts, the booklets. And meanwhile, it was the same shit that was released in 2024. Nothing new. There's a couple of 100,000 pages. That's what Kash Patel and Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi said. And they've released about 30,000, which again, were already released before they did it. So what you saw is the emails. Now let's talk about that. 30,000 emails were dumped, right? Trump's name is in those emails more than anyone else. Anyone. 1,686 times his name is in those emails. So again, if you don't believe he's in the files, you got to get a fucking lobotomy or something. You're out of your mind. You play on words, no files released, good BS. Yup, play on words. No, it's not a play on words. The files have not been released. Holy shit. My God. Biden raided Trump's Mar-a-Lago for the Epstein files and the nuclear files he took during his first term. FBI took custody of them all and dismissed charges on Trump. We all witnessed this, LOL. Wow, you completely made that up. That is complete and total horse shit from top to bottom. Biden didn't raid shit. Biden's a president. He doesn't go on raids. Okay. And in no way, shape, or form did that have anything to do with the Epstein files. That was all the classified documents he wasn't supposed to take home with him. And after refusing numerous times and ignoring requests from the FBI to return them, finally they had to raid them to get them back. And as far as the charges being dismissed on Trump, that was either, was it Pam Bondi or was it, what's the bitch's name? Somebody else he has in his pocket. That was not a regular attorney general or whatever the fuck it was that dismissed those charges, or judge. No, it was a judge. What's her fucking name? I can't remember her name, but she's on Donald Trump's dick. She's one of his people. Like, they wouldn't have been dismissed otherwise. That case would have probably been opened back up. So, Jesus Christ. That's what Mark says, Mark Epstein, but I don't know. Wait a minute. What was that? Then why were the files kept dark for the 4 years Biden was in office? Both sides are shills. Why were the files kept in the dark for the 2 years Trump was in office after Epstein was busted and his place was raided and computers and all that shit were taken? Do you want the answer, or do you just want to pretend you already know by saying both sides are shills? Well, I'll tell you why neither of them released them. There was active prosecutions and investigations going on. Ghislaine Maxwell got convicted under Biden, not Trump. Okay. But the investigation was going, her case was going, and then her case was on appeal until 2025. They couldn't turn over the files. Just like Trump couldn't in his first term, Biden couldn't either. So that's why it's such a big deal now. Her appeal was turned down by the Supreme Court. Okay. Those files, Trump could drop them at any moment right now. We don't have to wait this 30 days shit. All that stuff in Congress, that was all unnecessary. All Donald Trump has to say is release the files, and Pam Bondi will release them. That's it. Well, how? Did Bill blow somebody too? Did you cat run away? Poor guy ran away, was sick of licking off that peach fuzz. There's some sick, perverted motherfuckers in MAGA. I'll tell you what. What the fuck are you talking about? Jesus. MAGA 30 states. What does that mean? That's what he won? What does that mean? I don't get. What's your point? You know, he won by 2 million votes, right? But Biden beat him by 7 million votes. Do you know that? Like, it's not really nearly as impressive as you think. And you know that those states all in the middle there, you know do you know about population density and stuff? Do you know the states on the sides, like California, New York, New England, all that shit there? You know, they have more people than all those people in the middle, right? I mean, I would hope you know that. Where do you get your information so I can read up on it? You got to tell me what specific thing you want to read up on, and I'll tell you. You are sick, perfected, never. All right. He can't just release them and it be done, LOL. Why can't he? He literally can. He's the president. He has the power to. Why can't he? Tell me what hurdles he has to jump to in order to do that. Tell me. Go ahead. I want you to school me. Why can't Donald Trump release them right now? Go ahead. I'll wait. Or as we say, a mob tube, I'll hold. I'm going to wait for this guy's comment. I want to hear his brilliant answer. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. Don't make me beg. For the love of Christ, just hit the like button and subscribe. And if you feel like it, donate too. Congress, moron. What does Congress have to do with it? It never had to go through Congress. Donald Trump could have released them before the discharge petition was even drawn up. He could release them whenever he wants. Whenever he wants. Bringing up population is not bright, considering if you look at the polls by a county, it's just the main cities and a couple outliers that voted blue. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's one of the craziest things I ever heard. A lot of states voted blue. You realize that they're blue states that a lot of the time, by the way, always vote blue. And you know that there's 2 states in the 2024 election that voted. Every county voted for one candidate. Alabama, which is 48th in education, 48th out of 50. Every county voted for Trump. Massachusetts, which is number 1 in education. What a surprise, right? every single county voted for Kamala Harris. So I don't think you know what you're talking about. If you think it's just the main cities that voted for him, you're crazy. You're insane. You might want to look at the electoral map and look at it by level of education too. You're going to be shocked with what you see. But I like how you just skipped over yet another thing I asked you. Another thing. What was it that you said? Let me go back to your comment. He can't just release them and it be done. And I asked you why, and you start talking about population. So why can't he release them? Okay, go tell me, go get the information and tell me what states voted for Trump and what cities voted for Trump and all that shit. You're saying that, or Kamala. You're saying that only the main cities voted for Kamala. That's what you're saying. Okay. Are you a Trump fan or not? You disagreed with raid point, but it actually happened. Wondering where you get your info. What is raid point? What does that mean? The fuck does that mean? Raid point. Let me go through. Let me try to go through the comments here. Raid point. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. So I don't know what you mean. But do you think a guy who likes Trump would have a show where right on the screen it says, "Why does Donald Trump hate America?" What about the judges that held that up? Held what up? Again, you got to be specific. I don't know what you're talking about. Holy shit. No. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do it. Besides, you're the traitor. You move. Am I Latino? Maybe. Why do you care? They're not states. They're blue cities. You think only blue cities voted for Trump? Or for Kamala, I'm sorry. You can't possibly be serious. How did Kamala win so many states then? Only because of the blue cities. This is astonishing listening to this. Bring up the map. I look at it all the time. I don't even understand. I'm starting to get confused. Blue states are not 100% Democrat. Well, red states are not 100% Republican, dopey. So I just told you there's only one state where every county voted for Trump. That was Alabama, and that's because they're the 48th stupidest country in the fucking or I'm sorry, the second, third, whatever stupidest country in America. So I don't understand what you're saying. Maybe I'm confused about what you're saying. You're saying that Kamala didn't win any states. She won 5 states. You can't be serious. How many states did Kamala Harris win in the 2024 election? I must not be understanding what you're saying because you have to be retarded if you're saying that Kamala didn't win states. Alabama is not a country. I never said it was. I said every county, you stupid bitch, in Alabama voted for Donald Trump, not country. If I said country, it was obviously a mistake, you dumbass. Your voice doesn't matter. You lost. Trump won. Oh, I didn't know that I was in a race against Trump. Holy shit. I got to call family members and tell them. She won the states that have no voter ID. First of all, that's also not true. Not all states that don't have voter ID went to Kamala, and voter ID shouldn't even be a thing. You're not supposed to need voter ID. You're confused because you're a fucking moron. No. It's because you people are stupid. Well, some states, the blue cities totally overwhelm the small rural areas, so the whole state can be red, but the blue city wins the whole state just because of population density. Yeah, but there's states that are always blue, that always go blue. They're not even saying what you're saying, Mike. He's saying that she only won the cities. She didn't win the states. That's what he said. Oh, now you change it. Large population centers is why she won a lot of those states, mostly that those population centers were focused in cities, i.e., Las Vegas in Nevada. Well, she didn't win Nevada. She didn't win that. But yeah, that's literally, we're back to the first point that I made, which is population density. I said specifically, those states on the outside there along the coasts, there's more people in those states than there are in all those red states in the middle. That's literally what I said. And then this guy tried to tell me that Kamala didn't win any states. Yeah, but Devil's Reject, you know it's supposed to be one person, one vote, right? I know there's the Electoral College, but you do understand that there's more people there, right? That's why the rural states are given so many Electoral College votes, because they could never win an election otherwise, because there's more people in the blue states. I mean, I can't even fucking believe I'm explaining this to you. I can't explain it. No, I'm not too dumb to understand. You guys are fucking dopes. I'll tell you what, you could call anyone right now, or I mean anyone. You can call me right now on this number. There's the number, and debate me. Tell me how stupid I am. And if I said country, obviously, jackass, I said it by mistake. Alabama, I meant to say, and I did say, shut up. You're making me second guess myself. Every county in fucking Alabama, and it's the 48th. It's number 48th for education, because red states have the lowest levels of education. They're the least educated states in the country. She didn't just win 5 states. Holy shit. She didn't have to be in a primary. Again, another thing you guys don't quite understand. You guys blow my mind. Only blue cities. What the fuck? Even in Alabama, there's a shit ton of Democrats, just not as many people. People forget that there are millions of Democrats everywhere. There's even millions of Republicans in California. Yeah, but Alabama, not so much. Other red states, yeah, but Alabama, literally every county in Alabama voted red. You know? Whatever. Facts are true Democrat logic. I don't. All right, bro. If anybody spams the chat like that and just keeps putting the same comment in, I'm just going to block the shit out of you. It's obnoxious. Voter IDs are necessary now. No, they're not. No, they're not, because illegal immigrants can't vote in federal elections. Pull up the Alabama voting map, dumbass. Did every county in Alabama vote for Trump in 2024? I don't know how to find it. What am I looking it up for? Do you deny that every county in Alabama went to Trump? What are you guys talking about? I'm so confused now. I don't even know what to say. What are you talking about? California is 10% of U.S. population, more than 10%. They have 40 million people. Yeah. Yeah, but not everyone in the state voted Kamala. Every single person, you dickhead? Of course not. And not every single person in any state voted for Trump. So what's your point? Popular vote should determine everything to prevent gerrymandering. Of course it should. Of course it should. You have people not just in America, but the whole world watching our election. The whole world loves Donald Trump. Really? That's why he didn't even get 50% of the vote? The whole world loves Donald Trump, but not even 50% of the voters who voted in 2024 voted for Donald Trump. Interesting. No. The red states you are the most indoctrinated. Are you kidding me? First of all, by the Bible. I mean, Jesus Christ. You guys are so indoctrinated by religion and everything else. Fuck. Don't even bring it up. And then Trump. Yeah. Guys, you are all sheep. You don't realize that. You don't see yourselves wearing Trump's merch and chanting, stupid shit like "Let's go, Brandon," and literally using the same talking points and cliches and shit. Like, you guys are the most indoctrinated people in the world. You're just not educated. You're stupid people. I'm sorry, but red states are the stupidest states in the country, and those are the states that voted for Trump. No, not really. Yeah, some voters, but the most educated states in this country, they went for Kamala. She won those states. And the least educated states in this country, Trump won, even though this guy in this chat thinks that Kamala didn't actually win any states. Alabama is most misinformed. Anybody who listens to Fox News and Donald Trump is misinformed. On the other side of that coin is many voted blue due to being in urban areas. The closer you are together, the more laws and regulations that will be created to keep the peace, the further out you go. Listen, let me tell you something about the blue cities. Okay. You could put it however you want. You could try to put it however you want to try to prove your point. Okay. But where there's smarter people, there's Democrat voters. Okay. That's what it is. That's the bottom fucking line. So it's not about anything you just said. Of course, people are closer together in urban areas, but people just know shit, and thank God enough of them are street smart enough to realize a guy like Donald Trump is a fucking con man. You rednecks don't understand that. A lot of you fucking city guys don't either, which is amazing to me, astonishing. But where there's more education, there's more Democrat voters. Where there's less education, there's more Republican voters. And that's why, guys, they literally want you guys to be stupid. They want you. Yeah. How many did Kamala get? Of course, every state, they each get votes. I can't believe this is a conversation. Every state, they each get votes. I don't even know what I was saying now. Fuck it. I lost my train of thought. He doesn't understand you could win a county by a small margin. What do you mean? I don't understand. What? I swear to God, you guys are, I don't know I don't know what happened. Like in the last 15 minutes, this guy here threw everything off. Democrats heavily regulate everything. Republicans tend to believe in small government. No, they don't. They say that they believe in small government. You mean Republicans, the people that have ICE out there beating the shit out of people and arresting people who aren't even illegals and then deporting mad fucking people, even though they've been here for years, never did anything wrong. You mean the Republicans that have their hands in women's vaginas, worried about what they do with their own fucking body? You mean Republicans that are all up in everybody's fucking business? They want to track women's pregnancies so they know if they left the state or anything to get an abortion, stuff like that. They're not for smaller government. They just say that. Donald Trump wants government in everything. He wants to send the military to break up peaceful protests. I mean, you can't be serious. Yeah, well, no, you are right. You may be a genius. No, I'm not saying I'm a genius, but you guys are... I don't even know the points you're trying to make about the election. This guy I still can't get over the fact that he said Kamala didn't win any states. Which states voted for Kamala in the 2024 election? This doesn't want to give me a simple answer. She got 226 electoral votes, 48.3% of the popular vote. Donald Trump only got 49.8% of the popular vote. So, Kamala, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not going through all this. Anyway, the point is, I'm not even going to bother. You said that Kamala only won big cities. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Even though I told you, like Massachusetts, the entire state, every single county, not every individual, for fuck's sake, every county voted for Kamala Harris. Every county. And there just happened to be number one in education. Guys, don't you ever notice that, like, characterizing the entire state of Alabama as stupid is certainly not a reasonable supposition. A member of my Alabama family has a master's degree from the University of Pennsylvania. So there's one. Do you understand that you look at things overall? like anecdotal evidence and like, oh, my second cousin has a master's degree and lives in Alabama is retarded. You understand that like they're 48th in education, which means by definition, that state almost has the most stupid people. You get it? So again, we're talking about individuals is insane. That's like when people say, well, Trump got, like this guy got so many votes in California. Of course, there's Republicans in every state and Democrats in every state. But Alabama is, the majority of people are uneducated. Trump stood in front of a rally and said, I love the poorly educated, remember? And they cheered because they're poorly educated. They didn't realize he was insulting them. I mean, he said on camera, smart people don't like me. And it's not taken out of context. It's what he said.
Smart people don't like me, you know, and they don't like what we talk about.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not a crazy supposition. Alabama is filled with stupid fucking people. Holy shit. Host might be a Peter. Yeah, right. He's a laughing stock to most people in other countries. Trump? Oh, without a doubt. He won, case closed. Not quite. I'm from Alabama and I didn't vote for Kamala. Anyone else? But yeah, exactly. You made my point for me. Thank you. He almost won 3 times, moron. Oh, almost. Well, in that case, Kamala almost won in 2024, you dummy. Why would you say that? You don't realize that was a dumb thing to say? He almost won 3 times. Oh, man. Jesus Christ. If only almost counted. If I were to think about all the women I almost fucked and for some reason count them on my list of bodies, it would be great if life worked that way. He almost won 3 times. Yeah, meaning he lost once. He lost once. He lost to Joe Biden. He beat 2 women. He couldn't beat a man, not even Joe Biden. And he lost by 7 million votes to Joe Biden. He won only by 2 million votes against Kamala. So he almost won 3 times. Oh, there you go. No Kings rallies worldwide. Trump is globally hated. Oh my God, yeah. He won the popular vote in only 2024. Only 2024. He lost it in 2016, and of course he lost it in 2020. So he won the popular vote once. Yes. Yeah, guys, bro, do me a favor. To try to spell the word "you're right" when you're insulting me, please. Being insulted by stupid people hurts a lot worse than being insulted by people who can read and write and shit. That's why he won the most votes in history. That's not true. Where do you get that from? He won the most votes in history? Where do you get that from? What votes? You talking about electoral votes or what? I'm going to have to hurt your feelings. How is Trump's approval now? It's like 38%. It's terrible. Trump supporters in a cult. I think it said, and don't even know it. I lost the comment. Let me get down here. Guys, hit the like button and subscribe, please. It's very, very important. FBS, I missed the mob talk. You? What are you asking me? Do I miss the mob talk? No. Debate facts with me. You're a coward. Okay, call the number. And spell "you're right," stupid ass. 410-941-9850. Go ahead. Trump supporters will say anything. Yeah. No, that was Biden pissing and shitting his pants. I don't even know what that's in response to. Why can't you just put the map up? I can't find it. I'm not going to spend all my time looking. What is it that you need to know from the map? Let me understand. What is it that you need to know that you don't know from the map? I don't understand. What is it that you're looking for? And I'll figure out a way to put it up. What do you want to know? What do you want to know? And what state are you in? I'm going to go out on a limb and say New York, where New York City elected a socialist. What happened to never forget 9/11? How quickly they forgot all the people in the tower. No, you're just a racist motherfucker. And you think that every Muslim is a terrorist. That goes to show what an idiot you are. And I'm in Pennsylvania, you stupid fuck. Yeah, I bet you're in New York. You don't know shit. You think everybody who hates Trump is in New York. Yeah, okay. All right. No. Bro, tell me what it is you're looking for. Tell me what it is you're looking for. Otherwise, I'm going to block you because you're irritating the shit out of me and you're too much of a pussy to even call in. Kamala Harris won 20 states in the District of Columbia. Donald Trump ultimately won the election, securing 312 electoral votes to Harris's 226. So what else do you need to know? It's only like 15 states were blue, except that it was 20. And again, population density. Do you understand that? Think about it. She only won 20. Trump won 30, right? But he only beat her by 2 million votes. So do you understand there's fuck tons more people on those cities on the outside of the map there than there are in the middle? Do you understand that? So it's not about what states, it's how many people are in those states. Holy shit. Yeah, bro, the phone is sitting right here. You didn't call. I'll fucking wreck you in a debate, bro, please. I've debated people on here before, and it's funny, when I gave them the phone number, they had no fucking problem calling. No problem whatsoever. You're a puss. What a gay thing to say, puss. I guess you've never even touched a titty in your life. Puss. Who says puss? It's pussy, you fruit. Pussy. Trump won all the swing states. Is sus Elon tampered with a voter system? Who knows? Who knows? Yo, dickhead, still wasting. He spelled it WAISTING. Everyone's time. No one really cares what you have to say. It's vomiting from your pie hole, chubby. I'm actually not chubby, but wasting would be spelled WASTING. Dummy. Wasting, like your waist, you know? Unbelievable. Can you hold up the number for a minute? Yep. I've done it numerous times. There you go. What it is you guys say you want to debate, and then when I show the number, you're scared to actually debate. So you just don't call. And then you say, I called, but you didn't pick up. Meanwhile, other people have had no problem. No, it's not autocorrect, dummy. You're just too stupid to spell. You guys are all the same. None of you can spell. When it all comes down to is it means Trump gets to gerrymander 5 new seats in Texas. No, he doesn't. No, that was shot down by a judge. That's by the Supreme Court. Was the Supreme Court just a federal judge? Yeah, they lost that case. They can't gerrymander those seats now. Like she can't. Okay. That's not right. Kamala did not lose. You think 10 million people just magically decided not to vote on election night? What? Kamala lost, bro. And there, you know that not everybody. What do you mean 10 million people? You guys always say that. What do you mean by that? You do know that not the same amount of people vote in every election, right? Like you do know that just because a certain amount voted for Biden does not mean that the same amount was going to vote for Kamala. You have to know that, right? That every election is different. Why call you Trump is our daddy? Oh, God, that's so gay. Oh, my God. Yeah, autocorrect. No, he used he spelled wasting, and that's how you know it wasn't autocorrect. There's no such word as WAISTING. It's WASTING. Wasting. Okay, so autocorrect couldn't have done that. Most likely Trump cheated. Democrats just didn't want to whine about it like he still does. Yeah. That's true. The MAGA people are bitches. They're still fucking talking about. They're still talking about that Joe Biden didn't really win the 2020 election. They're obsessed. It's unbelievable. Now, I am gay is the Democratic Party way to keep insulting. I'm not part of the Democratic Party. I'm a guy on YouTube. Anyone who doesn't agree with them, you just keep proving it over and over. Why don't you take a look at the chat and see all the fucking shit people are saying about me? You guys are such victims. You're all such fucking babies. You will fuck with people all day, and then when they come back at you, you're like, how could you say that to us? Donald Trump does it all the time. Donald Trump does the craziest shit in the world, and when people call him out on it, it's a witch hunt. I'm the most persecuted president in history. You're all a bunch. You all have victim mentality. You make me sick. You know, none of you take accountability or responsibility for anything you do. It's fucking ridiculous. I come on here and immediately I start getting called every name in the book. And then when I come back at you, I'm the big bad bully. Yeah. You're one person, KP shits. Autocorrect can do that because it trains on how you type. If you're always telling it, no, it's spelled this way. Oh, yeah. If he's deliberately, if he's spelling it wrong every time he puts it in there, yes, you're right. Yeah. Shit. If I see actual proof Trump is a pedophile, I will vote Democrat in 2028. Well, do whatever you want, but if you feel like you haven't already seen proof, I don't know what to tell you. All right, so debate me, Phil. You're not going to call the number, obviously. Nobody will call the number. I already put the number on screen. So just debate me from the chat. Jesus Christ, that's pretty elaborate, Brad Lang. My GF is a teacher, and she can tell a difference is kids. A difference is kids. You mean a difference in kids? Like what exactly? Because I have somebody in my family who's a teacher too. Donald Trump do one pathetic thing after another, but to his cult, it's always somebody picking on him. Yeah, of course. A long time ago. It was like my dad's favorite movie. Yeah. We don't know the number, dumbass. Go off YouTube. Go off YouTube? No. I gave you the number, and you guys are afraid to call. So that's it. I do this every show. You guys see, or you guys say that you'll call, and you never call. You're afraid. You know I'll fucking demolish you. Let's see actual proof. FPS, show up the proof. Proof of what? I love how you guys say shit like that and you think I know what you mean. Proof of what? What do you want proof of? What do you want proof of? They could watch Trump do a pedophilic act and they would still deny it and still support him. Yes. Yes. Without a doubt. That Trump is a pedo. Oh, well, I could show you some stuff that, I mean, obviously, in order to show proof, it would have to be like, first of all, anything I show you isn't going to be good enough, no matter what. Again, if you watch Donald Trump rape a little girl live on YouTube, you would say it's not true, or you would try to tell us how it's okay some way, or how you try to justify it. But Donald Trump has done a lot of sick things that would lead you to believe he's a pedophile. In my opinion, if you look at a 10-year-old girl and say, I'll be dating her in 10 years, that means that you were attracted to that little girl. Okay. To me, that means you're a pedophile. If you also talk about wanting to fuck your daughter since she was a little girl, that means you're a pedo. If you used to use your position as pageant owner to walk in to dressing rooms to see 15-year-olds naked, I consider that a pedophile. KS, whatever your name is, good. Do me the favor here. I'll make you be done with me. There you go. You're blocked, bitch. Yes, absolutely, Carlo. Katie Johnson gives a whole lawsuit. You could read it online. Katie Johnson said that Donald Trump raped her when she was 13. Him and Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, so check it out. Because it's not even true. We go over this like every show. I showed proof that he never even sniffed anyone. It was literally people added it to the video. In the original video, the sound isn't even there. You're disgusting. Oh yeah, how's that? Do you vote for a pedophile? Yeah, I think you're disgusting, whore. Dems are pedos dressing up like women and shaking their junk in front of kids, sickos. Yeah, I don't know anybody who's ever done that. I do know that people like JD Vance have dressed up like women before, stuff like that. But I don't know anybody who has. They is something that says he raped her at 13. Yes. Yes. That's fucked up. It's true. You're just a bald, squishy, sad man with no love. I have a beautiful wife, a beautiful, gorgeous blonde wife. You could ask the people in chat with the wrenches. They've seen her many times on camera. She used to be basically like a co-host of mine. I have a very good life, very, very good life. And I'm not fat, believe it or not. I just have a chubby face, but there's nothing I can do about that. And where have these cases been filed or proven? Katie Johnson, hold on. Katie Johnson filed her case in Florida because, hold on. Where did Katie Johnson file her lawsuit? Case 908 CV 80804 CAM document entered on FLSD Jane Doe, aka Jane Doe 1, 4th Count Complaint Circuit Court, 15th Judicial Court in and for Palm Beach County. Woman suing Trump over alleged teen rape. Katie Johnson versus Donald Trump. It's right there. Katie Johnson versus Donald Trump. Now, her lawsuit, you could actually look it up online and you could read an excerpt of it. Let me see if I can find, somebody sent me one recently. It's the most disgusting thing you've ever heard. And of course, she, just like Stormy Daniels, said that before Donald Trump raped her, he fucked Stormy Daniels, raped the 13-year-old. He said that she reminds him of Ivanka because he wants to fuck his daughter. I don't know if I'll be able to find this, but let me see. Excerpts from Katie Johnson's lawsuit against Donald Trump. Lawsuit filed under the pseudonym Katie Johnson in 2016 contained detailed allegations of sexual assault by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein when the plaintiff was 13 years old. The complaint alleged sexual encounters and forcible rape by Trump, including physical violence and threats if the details were revealed. So, yep. And she's not the only minor I don't think he was accused of doing shit like that too. Who texts pedos during hearing? A cunt. What do you want me to stand up for her? I can give a fuck less about that woman. But who, you know how dumb you sound when you're on the Trump side of it to say who texts pedos during hearings? Donald Trump was best friends with the pedo in question, met his wife through the pedo in question, fucked his wife for the first time on the pedo's plane, is in videos and photographs with the pedo plenty of times, made comments like he's a great guy and he loves women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. He was still friends. He called Jeffrey Epstein after he won the election. They were still friends in 2016. So what do you mean? I mean, which is worse, the bitch getting texts from Jeffrey Epstein in the meeting or Donald Trump's situation? Believe me, I've done it all. And this is how I make a living now. And it's a wonderful way to live life. Believe me. Trump never raped her. She is a Dem and was paid to say this, like that bitchy Carol. No, she wasn't. She was not at all. That's just you saying it. Biden also showered with his daughter until her teenage years, and his son was with his niece. Jesus Christ. You guys are as full of shit as they come. Every show, one of you guys says that Biden molested his daughter or that he, showered with her until she was a teenager. Meanwhile, her diary clearly says when she was a child, she doesn't give an age, there were showers that may not be appropriate or probably were not appropriate. That's what she said. Never said he molested her, never said anything of the sort. You know, she said her words were grossly misinterpreted and taken out of context in the diary. She introduced her dad at the DNC. She loves him to death. So it's just you saying shit. Trump sexualized his underage daughter. Yeah. The Epstein victims have been to court before, and none of them have implicated Trump. You're absolutely wrong. There is 1,000 Epstein victims, 1,000. And not even a tiny fraction of them have been to court. Maybe a dozen or 2 dozen. That's about it. So, in a civil lawsuit, that anyone can make any claim against anyone. So because of that, then it can't be true, right? Katie Johnson testified under oath in a deposition. You can find it on YouTube, where she told the whole story. So under oath. Yeah. And why didn't Trump sue her? Why didn't Trump sue Katie Johnson for this terrible accusation? Trump sues everybody for everything. It's almost like he knew that if he sued her, he'd have to testify under oath in a deposition too, and he'd have to commit perjury or admit that he raped a 13-year-old. You guys are so simple-minded. It's shocking. When did this come out about Katie Johnson? 2016 is the first time I heard of this. I'm not sure. But again, it simply doesn't matter. It only matters to you. It only matters to you. He was accused of sexual assault 27 times since the 1970s. So in the 70s, did those women know he was going to be running for president one day? Just out of curiosity. Let me tell you something about politics and about women coming out at a certain time. First of all, most sexual assaults are not reported. That's a fact. Most are not reported because women, you know, they'll be shamed by scumbags like you, Carlo. You know, so that's one thing. And what else? What was where's my train of thought here? I got a terrible short-term memory, guys, in case you haven't noticed. When somebody did something to you, and you may choose not to report it, because again, it's not fun. You have to relive it in court. People put you through hell. They drag you through the mud. They badmouth you. But then you find out a guy could possibly be the next president of the United States. That might be when you decide to speak up, you know, because you guys love to cite Tara Reid, right? But when did she come out with her accusation exactly? Yeah. Fuck off. I guess you're talking to Trump Nation and not me. I don't even know. There's no punctuation. Hey, convict, what's up? Let me tell you something, bro. I got a lot less criminal charges than Donald Trump does. Than your president. So if I'm a convict, what is Donald Trump? I got 2 felonies. He's got 34. So good try, stupid ass. Yeah, that's a lie. What's a lie? Bro, I'm going to ask you one more time, and then I'm going to block the shit out of you. When you put a comment in the chat, put a complete comment in there. I don't know what you're talking about. When I talk about 50 different things on the show and a fucking moron like you says, yeah, that's a lie. How am I supposed to know what's a lie exactly? How am I supposed to know? No, he wasn't. Epstein hated him. No, he didn't. They were friends in 2017. His brother came out and spoke about it, and it's in the emails. You must be some hacker or conspiracy addict as it gets. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, she was. Carol said it was. Sexy is a sick piece of shit. No, she didn't. You got that from Donald Trump saying that. She did not say that, Mad Rush. Go get me the exact quote. Let's see what she said. Seriously, it was in her diary. What the fuck, dude? No, in her diary, it only said showers that were probably... You guys are as fucking stupid as they come. What made me want to do these politics shows? Jesus Christ. What did Ashley Biden say about showering with her father? It's in the fucking diary, dickhead. A line in a stolen 2020 diary, which Ashley Biden acknowledged was hers, described showers with my dad, probably not appropriate, when she was a child. Ashley Biden has since stated that her innermost thoughts in the diary were constantly distorted and manipulated, and that the Republican or I'm sorry, and that the publication was an attempt to peddle grotesque lies. She never said he showered with her till she was a teenager. Jesus fucking Christ. Biden's the worst. Yeah, sure he is, because you don't like Biden. It's the only reason. Let me see something here. Get over it. He's your president. One of the dumbest comments I get every show. I comment right away. You respond long after the fact. That's because, see what I mean? If I read a lot of comments, you bitch at me because I'm behind in the chat. If I skip through comments, you bitch at me for not reading all the comments. So I can't win. I comment right away and you respond long after the fact. Explaining a comment fills up all allowed space. The lie being Trump was enemies of Epstein, not friends. Well, I didn't say he was enemies of Epstein. I said he was friends with Epstein, which he was. So again, and you just wrote all that instead of just doing what I asked you to do and just writing the question. Donald Trump and Epstein were never enemies. There's no proof of that whatsoever. No indication of that whatsoever. People have been going after Trump for sexual assault since the 70s. People stop defending sexual predator, you sickos. Yeah, since the 70s. Yep. Biden is a crook. Well, it's funny because a Republican House Oversight Committee cleared him and 4 attempts to impeach him. They just couldn't do it. Epstein had photo with the Saudi prince. The only time they could have met was 2017 after Trump was president. He definitely knew him as president. Of course he did. Of course he did. I love that you're getting destroyed by your chat. You're a fucking joke. No, I'm not. And again, when you say you're a fucking joke, please spell you're right. You stupid, illiterate motherfucker. It's YOU''RE. I'm not getting destroyed by anybody. Nobody's proven me wrong about a single thing yet. She said it was sexy to get raped, and she is a fruity wacko sick shit who was paid off. No, she didn't. And what do you mean she was paid off? She knew this guy since the 70s, I believe. She was paid off. Sure. It couldn't be that the creep is just a sick fuck. The guy who said, I just grab women by the pussy, I don't even ask. That guy could never be the type of dude that will sexually assault a woman, even though he was literally bragging in that comment about sexually assaulting women. Biden and his auto pen. Biden says he's fully aware of every single person that was pardoned, although Donald Trump, about a month ago in 60 Minutes, when asked about CZ, the CEO of Binance, being pardoned, he said, I don't even know who that guy is. Meanwhile, he pardoned him a few days before. So the auto pen is kind of more of a Trump thing now. Biden enhanced protections for LGBT and other minorities. I don't know which side are you on. Are you saying that's a good thing or a bad thing? You win to me because you were speaking the truth. Thank you, Talia. I win in general. There's no the Trump supporter will ever beat me in a debate. It's fucking impossible. The few people that have called this phone number have gotten mutilated on here. If Trump was Epstein's friend, he wouldn't have banned him from his property and worked with investigators in Florida willingly the first time Epstein was arrested. This guy is dumb as fuck. Exactly. And he didn't do any of that shit. Jeffrey Epstein in those emails clearly said Trump never kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He only asked him to resign his membership. And that was because, and in Donald Trump's own words, it was because Epstein was stealing workers, not because of anything having to do with Epstein being a pedo. That's Trump's own words. And Donald Trump, for the love of Christ, never worked with investigators against Jeffrey Epstein. You guys constantly spew that. You guys are the biggest fucking liars. You're just like him. You're either liars or you're just so misinformed or uninformed that you just don't know the truth. He never worked with investigators. He never worked with the FBI. He was never an informant. He took a phone call from Epstein's lawyer, and Epstein's lawyer said he was helpful, but didn't even say what he helped him with. Or not Epstein's lawyer, the victim's lawyer in 2009. That's it. Let me see. Yeah, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. She said people probably think that it's sexy, not that she thinks that herself. Yeah, there you go. You guys just listen to what Trump says, and then you repeat it verbatim, like as if Trump is telling the truth. Biden isn't even aware of his surroundings. How the fuck does he know what the dumb auto pen is signing? Damn, you're dumb. Let's take a look.
I think you should take a cognitive test like I did. I took a cognitive test and I aced it. Dr. Ronnie Johnson. Does everyone know Ronnie Johnson, congressman from Texas? He was the White House doctor. How good did Elise Stepanek do? You know, we've endorsed Dr. Oz. We've endorsed JP, right? JD Mandel, and he's doing great. Jimmy Connors is good. He's also happy.
Mike Bolton, John Bolton is here.
Mike Bolton, as you know, is in Russia.
And there was progress today. I look forward to solving it.
Thank you, Steve.
It was Trump's fault. It's always Trump's fault. Can it ever be like Rick Gates' fault? I mean, it's always Trump's fault, Rick.
By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. You know, Nikki Haley, you know, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything, deleted and destroyed all of it, because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people. We have some of our great business leaders and leaders, period, right behind me. I may ask Marilyn Lockheed.
We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
Yes, please, Mr. Kurd.
Thank you very much for your time.
You know what was interesting? Joe Biden won against Barack Hussein Obama. Has anyone ever heard of him?
Yeah. Joe Biden won against Barack Hussein Obama. Yeah, keep telling me how Biden isn't aware of his surroundings. Trump's used auto pens for pardons. Every president has used auto pen for like 7 decades now. Give me 5 good things that Biden did for the American people. The the American Rescue Plan, the Inflation Reduction Act, the CHIPS and Science Act, the PACT Act, and the Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill. You only want 5 or what? Capping prescription medications like insulin at $35. Bringing unemployment down to 3.2% after Trump left office with a 14% unemployment rate, creating 4 times more jobs than the last 4 Republican presidents combined. You want me to keep going? Just out of curiosity, do you? Having the fastest economic recovery in the entire world since every single nation experienced crazy inflation after COVID. Should I keep going, or like, again, did you only want 5 or what? What do you think? You want more? No, that's not what he meant. See what you guys got to do? You got to twist yourselves into a pretzel. You got to do mental gymnastics. No, what he said is that Joe Biden beat Barack Obama in an election. That's what he meant. Okay, so he doesn't know. He's out of his fucking mind. He thinks that a cognitive test is the same as an IQ test. Trump said there wasn't enough airports in the Revolutionary War. He's brain dead. Yes, he did. And then Joe Rogan, being the asshole that he is, was like, did you hear what Biden said? Biden said there wasn't enough airports during the Revolutionary War. And then he played Biden saying it, and his producer was like, no. Biden was quoting Trump. Trump said that. And he was like, oh, I guess Trump just fucked up. Yeah, biased motherfucker. A lot of good things came out of it, like 700,000 manufacturing jobs. What about the other things I mentioned? How'd you like those stimulus checks from the American Rescue Plan? Just out of curiosity. That's all fake. Oh, is it? And where was all that funding for those programs going to the right people, right? All the funding for those programs going to the right people, right? I would assume they went to the right people. Who do you think they went to? No, I'm not. Everything I just said is true. Biden didn't know what the auto pen signed or the pardons he issued. Totally brain dead. That's just you saying it. He never said that. But Donald Trump said he doesn't know who he pardoned. No, he didn't. That video was fake. Which video? Again, we're going to play this game. Which video was fake? Which video? Do some research, MAGA, and look it up how much Trump is sending to Israel daily. You'll be astounded. Yeah. I'm still waiting. Somebody has something they want to ask me. Go ahead. Which video? Which video is fake? Jesus Christ. What about the 1.7 billion Obama sent to Iran? Really? Do you mean the money? That's the money that I believe we had frozen. That was their money, and we just gave it back to them. You might want to look into that. We didn't give Iran $1.7 billion. So there's that. In cash, he took it in a black bag. So he took, what was that figure again? $1.7 billion in a black bag. Just out of curiosity, how big would a bag have to be to fit $1.7 billion? Just out of curiosity. That was Iran's money. It was their money. Yeah, it was their money. We had frozen their assets or their account, whatever the fuck it was. And we had their money. And then Obama returned it to them, I think, because of the nuclear deal or something. So that wasn't, Trump didn't get, but Donald Trump did give $40 billion to Argentina. So there's that. Sure, Mad Rush. You getting pissed off because of all my facts? I know you can't win against me, believe me. How about all the money Biden was sending to the Taliban in Afghanistan? He simply wasn't. But again, Donald Trump sent $40 billion to Argentina, and he's sending a fuckload of money to Israel. Anything you want to say about that? Yeah, that was the better choice. And you know that stimulates the economy, right? Dipshit, because now people have to replace all that equipment. It creates jobs. It's just like what you guys think Biden gave to Ukraine. You think he gave so much money to Ukraine when in reality, only 20% of it was money. 80% of it was old used military equipment. He gave that to them to fight against Russia. And then, of course, it created jobs because we had to replace all that equipment. Democrats are anti-American. No. We didn't try to overthrow the government and steal a free and fair election. You guys did. You're anti-American. You're traitors. Yeah. Donald Trump said there was not enough airports during the Revolutionary War. It's for sure. The Dems wasted millions. Did they on what? What exactly? Sure, it was more than one. It wasn't to be literal, you fucktard. See, you see what I mean now? I already forgot what your last comment was. So how am I supposed to know what you're talking about? Oh, you're talking about the black bag. I just had to go through the comments. No, you're an asshole. You said he brought it in a little black bag. You did not say several bags or anything like that. I believe it was like a skid of money, actually. And again, it was their money. You can look it up. It was Iran's money. We didn't give them shit. You can look it up. Go right ahead. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Eric Klein. Yep, no doubt. Why are all the left low IQ? Yeah, we're just all smarter than you, but we're low IQ. Sure. Also, Biden got our oil price down. He got OPEC under control. Come on, these people don't even look shit up. They don't know anything. They really don't know anything. They repeat what they hear Trump say, and they believe shit they see in memes on social media and what Fox News tells them. Trump wanted to host the fucking Taliban at Camp David. Yeah. Well, didn't he just have MBS in his goddamn, in the Oval fucking office, for Christ's sake? How about that? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah. He lied about the amount of floors there are in Trump Tower. He skipped a few floors just so, you know what I mean? He's sick. There's nothing he doesn't lie about. But Biden, why don't people talk about the government shutdowns? What? No shutdowns under Biden? Never mind. Yeah, not a one. 40 mil to Argentina, 40 billion to Argentina. Crickets. We give weapons on a lend-lease to Ukraine, and Republicans cry. Yep. Oh my God, what about Biden and the way he pulled out and got our troops killed and left all our equipment? That was Donald Trump's plan. You can also look into that. It was created under Donald Trump, I think 14 months earlier. So that was Trump's plan. $1.7 billion would weigh about 17 metric tons. Yeah, but it could fit in a black bag, according to this guy. You know what I mean? I feel like we were all lied, just saying. You mean lied too? By Trump, you were. Them stole the 2020 elections. Dumbasses, dumbass wipes think they won. Well, if you go to Trump's Truth Social, his social media website, and you go into the AI and you ask, did Dem steal the 2020 election? Your feelings are going to get hurt by the answer. 63 federal judges said that the election wasn't stolen. Donald Trump's own attorney general said the election wasn't stolen. His daughter, Ivanka, agreed with Bill Barr. Again, you guys say Trump lives rent-free in my head, but you're still talking about an election that, by the way, the only person who tried to steal it was Donald Trump. He set up fake slates of electors. He started a riot at the Capitol. He threatened his vice president. He tried to get him not to certify the fucking vote. Okay, and he called Raffensperger and says, I need you to find me 12,000 votes, which he was indicted for, by the way. So, yeah, the only ones the one that tried to steal it is Trump. Yeah, that's not what it was, though. On a comparative, Trump's net increase from the money Biden collected in tariffs is only $150 billion. Trump claimed $17 trillion in new investments in the USA, but he is Trump's delusional. Yeah, listen, man, it's insane. It's insane. He says $17 trillion, and the entire GDP of our country is only like $28 trillion. Then they tell you we can't afford to extend those ACA subsidies. Then Donald Trump tells you I just brought in $17 trillion. It's such bullshit. $17 trillion, not even close. Even the fucking website itself only says it's like $8 trillion, and it's not all investments. It's trade deals. It's all types of shit. So, and trade deals are not investments into our country. That's like me selling you something or buying something from you. I didn't give you the money. I didn't just give you the money. You gave me something in return for it, or vice versa, whatever. All social programs we got are from Democrats. The Republicans are not responsible for shit like SNAP, SSI, all these. Well, yeah, that's a good thing for Democrats. Yeah, they're responsible for unemployment, the 40-hour work week, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, all that stuff. I know. You're all low IQ, look, facts, truth, and common sense. Bro, you got demolished during this show. You and your friend, that ex guy, whatever his name is. You're a big fat liar, YOUR. It was Biden's fault. He was president, not Trump at the time. What was Biden's fault? Are you talking about the withdrawal from Afghanistan? That was Trump's plan. For the love of Christ, Google it. Then look at all the sources. You don't have to believe Google. Come to your own conclusion, but actually do some research. Don't just decide because it doesn't fit your narrative that it was, it wasn't, or whatever. Don't just decide that it wasn't Trump's plan just because it doesn't fit your narrative. It was Trump's plan. You are delusional. You keep spewing all the Democrat lies that have been debunked. You're a clueless moron with TDS. Okay, so instead of calling me names, tell me what lie I spewed that was debunked. I'll wait. I think Trump is saying 21 trillion now. Trump talks about the national debt being caused by trade deficit, huh? He's an idiot. He also says that he's going to lower prescription drug prices. Good night, Jennifer. By 1,500%, which would mean that we're going to be paid 1,400% of the price of our prescriptions in order to receive those prescriptions. That's in it. Oof. Yeah, and it was Trump's plan. Yep. You can look it up. It was Trump's plan. That's just you saying that, Mark Tucker. This is just you saying that. And by the way, do you know that Donald Trump just had a sign put outside of the Oval Office that says Oval Office? And according to him, that's so he can find it. Oh, yeah, that's a fact. You guys got to watch what you say. I know too much for you to argue with me. Believe me. Trump added $8 trillion to the national debt in his first term. That's more than both Obama terms combined. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, but it was Trump's plan. It was Trump's plan. He wouldn't have executed it any differently. Can't get SNAP without a social security number. No, you can't. It's funny how everything positive was Democrats, but anytime Republicans are in office, nothing good happens. That alone explains your bias. I'm a Republican, and I can admit and appreciate. Okay, so tell me what good things happen under Republicans for the American people. Go ahead, I'll wait. It's not that I just don't say it, even though there's a bunch of good things. I don't say it because there are no good things. What Republican policies have been good for the American people, working class people and stuff? Go ahead, I'll wait. Yeah, I know. I bet you're gay, Mad Rush. I'd put any amount of money on it that you're gay. Only gay people are worried that much about other gay people. You know what I mean? Yeah, he let them. Yeah, he opened the doors and he said, "Come right in." Sure, he did. Yeah, she would. Jasmine Crockett would smoke his ass. 65 Americans died under Trump in Afghanistan, only 13 in Biden's term, and that was Trump's pullout plan. Trump was a terrible commander. 100%, yeah. How long is your micro piece? So I asked somebody to tell me whatever their question was, what I was wrong about or whatever. And I have yet to get I asked you to tell me what things Republicans did for working Americans and stuff that has helped. And I have yet to get an answer. Ain't that some shit? Nothing the Dems have done in a decade has only fuck up America more till Trump, who is fixing the fuck ups. Oh, man. I don't know what to say to people like you, Mad Rush. I mean, facts are facts, you know? Donald Trump grossly mishandled COVID. He left office with 14% unemployment, which is unprecedented since the Great Depression. Okay. He lost 2.5 million jobs. Only the second president in history to only do that. Herbert Hoover was the other one. Okay. Inflation was through the roof. We couldn't even get paper towels, bottled water, toilet paper. Biden took over and really had to deal with COVID. And he did all those things I mentioned earlier, like their American Rescue Plan, which most Americans loved considering they got money out of it. You know, and he did create 4 times more jobs. It was about 16 million, 4 times more jobs than the last 4 Republican presidents combined. You know, so and by the way, he fixed everything that Trump fucked up. Trump left with 14% unemployment. Biden took it down to a record low of 3.2%. Sorry, your facts don't add up. And now, after Biden, Trump's fucking everything up again. Groceries right now are way more expensive than they were under Biden. Look it up. Gas in certain areas is more expensive, not less expensive, like in my area, for example. Inflation is up. It was 2% in April. It's 3% now. Utilities are up. The job market sucks. Joe Biden was adding about 180,000 jobs a month on average. And so far in 10 months, Donald Trump has only added 500,000. So, you want to acknowledge any of that or no? First term, Americans gained 7 million new jobs, more than 3 times government experts' projections. Middle-class family income increased nearly $6,000, more than 5 times the gains during the previous. You talking about Trump's first term? So what was the end result of Trump's first term? How did everything work out? That's what matters, right? The end result. And by the way, Obama's fucking economy was booming and Trump sailed on that for several years. But what exactly? And that's why Trump, by the way, if he would have just left shit alone, the economy would be fine now. But he had to go and fuck it up. He shouldn't have done a thing. It was good under Biden. You guys don't want to believe it, but it was. So how did Trump's term end up? Was there a gain of 7 million jobs by the end of his term? How much was middle-class family income increased by the time he left office? Inflation was at 9% under Biden. Yeah. After COVID, of course, there was global inflation. The whole world had inflation, every nation. And we experienced the fastest recovery from it under Biden. But again, thank you, Unicorn Mullet. Inflation right now is up. It's up. Gas lowest in 5 years. Certain places. Do you know they just did a poll and 54% of Americans say gas is higher for them, more expensive? I think 87% of Americans said groceries are higher. You could check it out. Gas in my area is 40 cents a gallon more than it was when Joe Biden left. My friend's dad can't easily go to the hospital. The Inflation Reduction Act started a highway near his rural Kansas town, helping him a lot. Don't know how anyone hates it. Do they even know what it is? No, they don't know anything. They just hear people say Biden was a terrible president, so they just repeat it. It's not. Gas is too. You think everywhere. You think everywhere it is? It's $3.49 a gallon where I am. And when Biden left off, I'm sorry, it's up 50 cents then. When Biden left office, it was $2.99 a gallon. Yeah, a dozen eggs has gone down about 4 cents since this time last year. I'm not making it up. No, I'm not making it up. Believe me. I know what I'm talking about. Gas is not $2.50. I was just far away. I traveled through the Midwest and stuff. And I'm telling you, I saw $2.60 was the cheapest I saw. And you're saying $2.50 now. And you're saying that's everywhere, even though I'm telling you where I am right now, how much gas is. And you're telling me I'm wrong about that. They didn't. Gas is $2.59 in Kansas. $2.59, yeah, not a $2.50. Yep. And here in Pennsylvania, it's $3.49, at least where I'm at. Insurance, groceries, rent, coffee, and healthcare is shutting doors every day. Yeah, everything is higher. You know, a lot of it's because of the tariffs, like we've been telling you. That's why Trump said the other day, I'm going to reduce the tariffs on beef because I want to lower the prices. Now, according to him before, and you guys, tariffs don't raise the prices, but yet he's going to reduce the tariffs to lower the prices. How you figure that one out? Gas, the only thing somewhat cheap because I'm in a small town anyway, but everything else is expensive. Yeah. Florida prices are up. Yeah. So you save money on gas and you spend more than that, more than your savings by far on tariffs and you know, shit like that has gone up because of inflation under Trump and everything. How many ridiculous lawsuits and criminal charges were lodged against Donald Trump compared to Joe Biden? Well, Joe Biden didn't break the law and do all types of shit to get sued. Donald Trump did. You just answered your own question. So Donald Trump was convicted of 34 felonies. But when it comes to Biden, a Republican House Oversight Committee cleared him of any wrongdoing with his son's case and all that shit. Trump was sued for sexual assault, in which he lost. He was found civilly liable. I mean, when you do things to get sued and get criminal charges against you, that's what happens. I know. I used to be a criminal. You're never going to believe this. Let me tell you about something that's going to blow your mind. When I was a criminal, I used to get arrested all the time. I used to go to jail all the time. Now I'm not a criminal. And guess what never happens? Yes, here, I'll tell you clear. I've never gotten arrested since I stopped committing crimes. And I haven't been back to jail in almost 10 years. You see how that works? If you're not a criminal, generally you don't get charged with crimes. And if you're not doing shit to get people to sue you, you generally don't get sued. So, no, that's not true. If you look it up, Mad Rush 2.0, you guys are so bad at this. Under Biden, we were producing a record amount of oil. The most oil this country has produced in American history. Did we produce what the fuck? Record amounts of oil under Biden. Yes, the U.S. produced record amounts of crude oil under President Biden, with annual production records set in 2023 and 2024. The country's crude oil production has been increasing, surpassing previous records from 2019 and setting new monthly and annual records, making the United States the world's top producer. So how'd that one work out for you? Regular. Gas is $2.80 in your state? Good. You don't understand tariffs, stand down. Okay, school me about tariffs then. Go ahead. Yeah, but you're not filthy rich and super famous. Look how much accusations those types of people get from trying to come up. You can't ignore that fact. I know this. Mark Cuban's a billionaire. Where were his sexual assault allegations? How about Bill Gates? How about Mark Zuckerberg? How about Jeff Bezos? Oh, that just fucked your argument up, didn't it? What about those guys? They're super famous and way, way richer than Donald Trump. How come those guys haven't been accused of sexual assault 27 times? Why is that? Yes, they were. There you go, TC4007. Supply and demand, the more supply drives prices down, the higher demand pushes the prices up. Yes. Bro, look at Chicago's parking meter deal. That's how Democrats run shit. They sell out. Do you want to tell me about it, or do you expect me to just know offhand? Name the ones who have. Name the ones who have what? $5 super sticker. Thank you, Joey Knuckles. The ones who have what? What did I go to jail for? Triple murder. Triple murder and some other stuff I don't really want to get into. It's terrorism-related stuff. Some bad shit, man. Some real bad shit. I'm doing life in prison as we speak. Your size indicate ignorance. No, B-dub. No. Define woman. Anyone born with female reproductive organs. Trump have an Epstein kill. Oop, I can't say that. Nice sell. Thank you. I appreciate it. I like it. I have my DJ equipment here and stuff. I got my big TV in front of me. I got all my shit here. I'm pretty set. This is a very cushy prison. It's almost like the one Donald Trump put Ghislaine Maxwell in. Yeah, of course I am, JGB. I ain't none of their fucking business. Jeb Bush didn't get any allegations. Rand Paul didn't have any allegations. Kasich didn't have any. Only Trump did. Isn't that strange? Yeah, I mean, I hear that argument all the time, but look how rich he is. Oh, there's a hell of a lot of people a hell of a lot richer than he is that don't seem to have these same problems. It's called where there's smoke, there's fire. Donald Trump is a fucking pervert, guys. Listen, man, I'm going to play this for you, and then I'm going to end the show. So you guys have a good night. And I'll see you next time. Peace.
Charges that Jeffrey Epstein was running a sex trafficking ring in the early 2000s that included underage girls as young as 14 years old.
Donald Trump in 2002 said of Epstein, he's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side.
He routinely spoke fawningly of Jeffrey. He admired Epstein's lifestyle.
Your daughter, she's beautiful. Can I say this? A piece of it.
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
What does Tiffany have of Marlon?
She's got Marlon's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this point yet.
You were playing tennis and you came off the court. Quote, look at that piece of I would love some of that. It so happened that Trump was referring to Cohen's then 15-year-old daughter, Samantha.
I had the impression that he was interested in younger women and that, women would age out for him.
Miss Teen Universe? Yeah, that's like giving Jeffrey Dahmer a cooking show.
I'll go backstage before a show, and everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else.
And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I standing there with no left.
Donald Trump is heard making questionable comments about a young girl.
You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
A lawsuit against the presumptive GOP nominee alleges he raped a girl when she was 13 years old.
Prince Andrew answering questions for the first time about his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't know Prince Andrew, but it's a tough story.
Trump has been photographed with Prince Andrew as far back as the year 2000.
Ghislaine Maxwell is accused of helping Epstein sexually abuse underage girls.
I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well.
You know about sexual predators and things like that. I mean,
you are one.
All right, I was going to say that, but it's true.